our subconscious is under attack. People have to bury their amygdala to the very high region, which makes them very happy, which is fine, but you gotta understand, like, we're dealing with people that are brainwashed, mind controlled. They keep their amygdala buried in the upper high spectrum. So for those type of people, that's normal too. It's a type of psychopath way of living that they have. Is they really bury their amygdala in the upper high region. If your amygdala was like a needle, and if it was supposed to kind of just read in the middle all the time and then go back and forth depending on circumstances, things that would affect you. If something pissed you off, it might go like that, and if it made you even happier, it'd go like that. But you're supposed to be, like, if it's a needle and the needle goes up and down, but it's supposed to stay in the middle. These people bury their amygdala all the way in the upper high, and then there's the low. That's all they know. That's what they consider normal. They don't know anything any different. It's not normal for anybody with a brain and a normal amygdala is going to know that I'm telling the truth. And I believe intelligent minds think alike, and a lot of intelligent people. I don't appeal to the masses, but I appeal to the puppet masters that control the masses. The masses don't listen to me, but those that control the masses do. And so even though you think a lot of people don't watch me, only key people that truly matter watch me. Like Alex Jones might be more interested in watching me than he would be someone buried in the upper high region of the amygdala. And so they have to do everything to trick their amygdala to get them there, to get that high feeling. And it is my belief that you can't leave your amygdala there, and eventually you crash all the way. You go, and then since you can't handle that, since you've always buried your up in the upper high, when you finally get there, that's when you crash. But then that's when they just basically would like you would just disappear and nobody would even remember who you were or care. And so it's like, you think a lot of your friends care about you. They only care about you when you're in the upper high amygdala. So it's like, what makes you feel safe? That the second you're not as brainwashed as them. And that's the thing. You think you're always going to be that fucking brainwashed. And you're just not. And I guess, there's a time and a place, and maybe when these people start losing their buried amygdala, they'll understand. I don't think so. I don't know. But even though they're burying their amygdala in the happy region, you would think, oh, well, that's all happy, right? Oh, it's happy. That's okay, right? It's not like you want to bury your subconscious in the low. But honestly, they said seriously that that's better than being buried up in the high, because you're more realistic. When your amygdala is buried up in the upper high, just it's like they said that eventually you'll kind of crack and break down. Like, you'll just crack when your amygdala is way too high and you're way too happy all the time. You just kind of like lose it within that. I call it the fantasy. They sensationalize your fantasy and make it feel very true, and you'll be living in a fantasy, and that's the psychopath mindset, is, you know, climbing the corporate ladder, and like thinking that oh, well, I don't know. I guess I can't explain it. But our subconscious is under attack. Like, whether it's good or bad, like, we shouldn't be under attack at all. If you're a happy person, I don't think you would need to be brainwashed to be happy and have your amygdala tricked. I don't know what to say. I'm just kind of thinking, like, I'm trapped here in this prison, and even what's the point in meeting another human being when you know that they're just a prisoner, and they're a prisoner of their own mind. There's a war on, and it's on for your mind. And you don't even know it. But, you know, is it what's right? You know, these people, they bury their amygdala in the upper high. Is it right to be happy? It's like, it feels good to be happy. I wouldn't want to take happiness away from anybody or anything. It's not that I want them to be sad or anything, but I don't know, it's hot. I can't even think right. I'm an alpha male on beta blockers, is what George Carlin said. In an Alex Huxley Brave New World, and the Mark Dice, at the end of his video, he was talking to one of the zombies, and he's like, "Here, sign this petition for an Orwellian police state." And they're like, okay, and he's like, yeah, it's a brave new world. And if you're an alpha male on beta blockers are like for depression or anxiety. They also have serotonin reuptake inhibitors, so they got beta blockers, serotonin reuptake inhibitors. So it's all about blocking normal feeling. They have to block any feelings of depression, anxiety, whatever. I was looking up some psychoanalysis type shit, and they said something like anxiety could be caused from lack of nutrition. And lack of nutrition might mean you don't have minerals. If these GMO plants are grown with fertilizers and not minerals, like instead of being grown in minerally rich soil, they just pump them full of GMO Roundup Ready and fertilizer, and there's no minerals in it. It has fertilizer, and that fertilizer is actually a poison for you. So you're eating poison and trying to seek nutrition from it. So you could have all kinds of problems from simply bad nutrition. Something as simple as going to the store. This cost me $4. Something as simple as going to the store and taking this. I've noticed that ever since I've been taking this, my dick is bigger. It's like twice the size now. So I'm thinking something to do with nutrition, like vitamins, and your dick must have something to do with each other, because it really, like, I guess all these endorphins and hormones that work with that must use, and so, what's more important to your body, having a bigger dick or the nutrition for the rest of your organs? It's like your heart, your liver, your kidneys come first. So once you have a good nutrition and your body can supplement that, it seems like that's what those big dick pills are or something. It's just they're like vitamins or something, And I'm not saying that, to try to be weird. It's just, but look, now my dick's bigger. That's not why I take it. Like Alex kept saying, take tangy tangerine, or, take the iodine, the Nascent iodine. And I thought, dude, I don't got $30 fucking to buy Nascent iodine. I do have $4 though, and I can buy some of this. This was $4. It's the same shit as Centrum A to Z. Here it says potassium iodine. Now, that's not as good as the Nascent iodine, but fuck, I'm a cheap fuck. What do you expect? So this has iodine in it. The weird thing is it says it has tin. I thought tin is toxic. It has zinc. Zinc is made from pennies. Like, would you eat pennies? No, you really wouldn't. And if you look up zinc, it's kind of poisonous. Calcium. I heard they said calcium can actually make your brain calcify and calcify your pineal gland. And that's what they want. So some of this shit, iron, your body needs iron, but too much is like toxic, like anything else. But like, you take too many of these and you'll get sick. The reptilian motto is to say that toxins are vitamins and to make people take vitamins. So it's like, what if there are vitamins in plants that they don't say is in there? There could be all kinds of polyphenol type things. Then those are real vitamins, like polyphenols. And like it's not going to say polyphenol vitamin A, and that's what you really need. You really don't know. You're like taking the system's word for it, and who really pays the system? Like money and greed and death. Blurb, 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 blurb. Like if you take beta blockers, okay, and your amygdala is buried in the upper high region, and it's like, it's like you're gonna wear your shit out, you know. Like if you race your car down the road and you got your foot on the pedal non-stop, like, it doesn't necessarily mean your engine's gonna blow, but you're gonna put a lot of wear and tear, and your engine's gonna blow. So a psychopath would be more likely to do good in a corporate, because they can put money above people, money over people. A psychopath could easily do that, and that's what they would want. The corporation needs money. They don't need to care about people. They need to care about how much money. And so somebody that cares about people isn't going to be good for the corporation. But someone that doesn't give a fuck and is an emotionless zombie, but the system was designed on purpose, flawed, so that those people pump up their amygdala, and then once they get up to the top, it pops. And when your bubble bursts and your fantasy is over, you crash back to reality. I look at a lot of people, they have families, and they go to Disneyland, and they live in this utopian, dystopian family fantasy land. They live in Disneyland houses. They drive Disneyland style cars, Hummers and stuff. And when the economy crashes, their fantasy lifestyle is over. And when that happens, their reality crashes. And they'll probably commit suicide. And if they don't, they might live through it, but they're going to crash. They're going to become like catatonic. They're not going to know what to do. There's not going to be any happiness there anymore. They're going to be like zombies. They're not going to know what to do. They've never felt that feeling before. They've been buried so far in the upper high to just go, you lost everything. They're just going to be like, and they're not going to be able to move, think, breathe. They might just attack because they don't know how to respond. They're pumping your fantasy, your ego up so it can be burst. So you keep riding that high amygdala train, and it's going to crash, dude. And it's actually a way to keep the slow kill, soft kill weapons and good check. They really do kill you. It's to keep a balance of humanity. What is there to thin the herd?